It started between two teenagers talking, a male and a female. The incident occurred inside the school compound when the chubby guy known Shu Choy, high school student, asked Daeyeon out. She was surprised and turned him down, saying she really liked him but wanted to focus on her studies, although she didn't really study. He discussed the incident with his close friend, who had anticipated the rejection. His friend reassured him, saying he had nothing to worry about. Despite being chubby, the guy was exceptionally skilled in every sport the school offered, from basketball to football. His friends were even envious of his abilities and discipline regarding his diet and fitness training. However, despite his efforts, he remained chubby, with no noticeable changes. He had even consulted doctors who suggested that his body size and weight might be genetic. Shu Choy found this hard to believe, as neither of his parents was overweight. In fact, his father had been a wrestler, although his career was short-lived. He had never met his father, but his mother's stories about him always made him happy. After dinner, he took a short rest before recalling the incident at school. He finished his dinner and went for a run, reminding himself of what had happened. He ran 9.5 miles at a high pace, completing the distance in less time than usual. He finally stopped breathing heavily and looked around, noticing that he was in an unfamiliar part of the neighborhood. He tried to pull out his phone to locate himself, but suddenly he heard a man who was sitting on the overhead bridge. The man jumped down from the bridge with ease. Before he knew what was happening, the man, with white hair and a rod, appeared in front of him, praising his jogging speed. The man introduced himself as Mangti, also known as Judge. Mangti claimed to be in charge of all the demons in Korea. As Mangti spoke, the boy looked confused, so Mangti took him on a journey, flying into the demon realm. It was then that the boy realized everything Mangti had said was real, as he saw demons all around him. Mangti began to tell his story, explaining how humans usually fear demons but think of them as illusions. Mangti revealed that he had chosen the boy because of the upcoming Great Festival, which takes place every 666 years to choose the Demon King. Mangti claimed that the boy had a little demon blood in him, which came as a surprise. The boy tried to explain to Mangti that he must be mistaken, but Mangti had already planned everything out. Two demons suddenly appeared, and Mangti revealed that he had made a bet with a powerful demon. The bet was that the candidate Mangti had chosen would win the fight, despite being in human form. If the demon won, it could eat the candidate alive. The boy was still trying to process what was happening when the demons began to fight him. The boy tried to explain, but the demons were too powerful, and they began to beat him. Just when it seemed like all was lost, the demon blood in the boy awakened, and his body transformed, becoming stronger and more agile. He used a powerful move called the mountain flip to defeat the larger demon and win the fight. The next day at the convenience store, Shu Choy explained to his close friend how everything had happened. He said that although it all felt real, it must have been a dream. Shu Choy shared something that baffled him even more, his ability to do a mountain flip to defeat the demon. It felt like something he had been doing before. Although his friend laughed at him when he said that, Shu Choy continued, saying that his body had transformed immediately into a physique full of packed muscles. His friend concluded that it must have been a dream, as Shu Choy's body had not changed at all. A few hours later, Shu Choy found himself in the demon realm again. That was when he realized that everything that had been happening was real. Mangti, accompanied by a demon lady, walked towards him, saying, "I looked into your consciousness a few moments ago." Shu Choy looked around again to confirm that it was real. Mangti spoke to the female demon beside him, asking how she would rate Shu Choy's performance in defeating the demon. To Shu Choy's surprise, she said his performance was very poor compared to what she had expected from him, considering his goblin blood and the level of the demon he fought. She complained that she could not believe he could not use magic. Amidst their conversation, Shu Choy's primary concern was how to get home. Mangti, also known as Yamong, then passed his verdict, declaring Shu Choy the winner of the duel. He stated that all the demons in Korea had witnessed the fight, even though Shu Choy had not seen them. Mangti declared Shu Choy a demon, not a human, and instructed all the demons to bear witness to what had happened that day. The demons hiding in the dark were happy to see a goblin, saying it had been years since they last saw one. They all agreed that the festival would be very interesting. Despite Mangti's words, Shu Choy's mind was preoccupied with finding a way back home. He continued to ask about returning, which infuriated the demon lady beside Mangti. She told Shu Choy that his body had transformed into that of a full demon, and to return to the human world, he would need to be at least 500 years old or spend 6 months in the demon realm to harness the necessary skills. Mangti began to recount the history of goblins, one of the strongest demon species. He explained that about 666 years ago, before the current king of the demons, all demons would roam the human world at night, devouring or killing anyone in their path. This made humans fear demons, and some even formed close bonds with demons to protect themselves from others. However, when the current king took the throne, he passed a law that prohibited demons from entering the human realm. Since then, all demons have abided by the rules, causing humans to forget that demons are real. But with the king's tenure coming to an end, the demons are eager to return to their old ways. Mangti told Shu Choy that he would have to wait 6 months or learn all he needed as a goblin demon. Perhaps, Mangti suggested, Shu Choy could even help defend the human world when the law holding the demons back is dismissed. Mangti introduced the female demon as Silwa, a contestant representing her demon kind who also wishes to enter the human world. However, she must pass the final test set by Mangti. Looking around, Mangti was pleased to see that the perfect qualification for Silwa was present, a human. He told Silwa that to prove her qualifications, she would need to train Shu Choy for a month to test his camouflage and resilience toward humans. If she succeeded in training him well within a month, Mangti would release both of them to enter the human world. Although furious with this decision, Silwa agreed, remembering how she had helped defeat the demon that Shu Choy had once defeated, which had risen again. There is something peculiar about all the demons in Korea. Although they all possess unique powers and different genes in their bodies compared to humans, all the demons can agree that the nine-tailed foxes are the most powerful. Witnessing how effortlessly Silwa defeated the beast was a surprise to Shu Choy. She explained to him that the demon species he belonged to was considered one of the most foolish among demons, as they relied more on physical strength and appearance than on gaining demon energy. Silwa began his lesson, teaching him about the 2 types of magic: inherent, innate, and acquired. She warned him that acquired magic was the most difficult to learn. To demonstrate, she used a magical chain to tie down the demon she had just defeated. She advised Shu Choy to stay focused and determined, or else the training would be too difficult for someone who had only recently transformed from human to demon. She even promised to punish Shu Choy if he didn't make her efforts worthwhile. Shu Choy accepted Silwa's terms and conditions. She then told him that his next task was to learn how to replenish his demon energy, as she was certain he hadn't eaten anything since his arrival. Shu Choy was still trying to convince himself that he wasn't hungry. Instantly, his body began to tremble as Silwa, the 9-tailed fox's demon, moved closer to him from behind. She whispered into his ear, pointing to the demon he had fought moments ago, saying that he must eat the demon to gain more energy, as it was a common law of the demon realm. The urge to eat the demon suddenly consumed Shu Choy's thoughts. As he walked toward the demon, he turned back, considering eating Silwa instead, which would give him more energy. Silwa saw that Shu Choy could still control his urge and decided to trap him with one of her tails. However, to her surprise, he broke free. She sent another magical attack, but this time, Shu Choy's face turned red and black, surrounded by an evil smoke. Unbeknownst to Silwa, Shu Choy had awakened one of the strongest powers of the goblin species, a power that even few higher-ranking goblin species could control. As Shu Choy walked toward her, Silwa was surprised by the power of this newcomer. However, she remained calm, knowing he wouldn't be able to defeat her.